Martial arts are for smart people. If you're bigger, faster, and stronger than a bad guy, it's likely you don't need much training to fight them off. But if you're smaller, slower, and weaker, it's likely you're going to need a little training. Or a lot. That's probably why the origin of almost every modern martial art begins with the story of someone who was smaller and weaker than everybody else. Some were even sickly. But all of these legendary founders were smart. They were problem solvers. They figured out how to survive by using their brain, not their brawn. Why am I telling you this? Because I don't want you to quit martial arts. If you think that everybody's younger, bigger, faster, and stronger than you, it's easy to feel discouraged and quit. If you think you have to match up with the champions you see on pay-per-view or in highlight reels, it's easy to give up. But that's a mistake. Listen to me. No matter who you are or how you see yourself, the martial arts are for you. I get it. When we talk about martial arts nowadays, we usually picture athletes. In MMA, boxing, judo, BJJ, karate, Muay Thai, taekwondo, we see young, fast, strong, gifted, and highly trained men and women squaring off against equally young, fast, strong, gifted, and highly trained men and women. Therefore, we may conclude that the martial arts were designed only for athletes, the top physical specimens in our species. But that's not true, because that's only looking at combat sports. Self-defense is a different story. The world of self-defense is built on the idea of unfair fights. That means it's more likely that you'll be smaller, slower, and weaker than your attacker. You might also be outnumbered, caught by surprise, and facing a weapon. So now what? Well, if you can't rely on your muscles, then you have no choice but to rely on your mind. I'm not saying you have to be a genius. I'm definitely not. But you can definitely develop your mental and emotional attributes. You can train to be less tense and more aware, less panicked and more strategic, less desperate and more decisive, less predictable and more surprising, and less intimidated and more determined. Don't get me wrong. We should still train to be as fast and strong as we can. I mean, making smart decisions will still get us killed if we can't execute the plan. But I would still focus on making smart plans first. Besides, even if you are big, fast, and strong, there's always someone bigger, faster, and stronger. Or what if you get stabbed or hit on the leg with a baseball bat? What if you're outnumbered or restrained? The truth is, it's a good idea for everybody, young or old, big or small, to make their mind the first line of defense. So, if you're out of shape, if you're not an elite athlete, if you feel outclassed in every class, it's okay. The martial arts are still for you. The trick is to train to be smarter, not just stronger. That means instead of focusing on how to punch harder, focus on how to set up that punch so it lands harder. You know what I mean? If you do that, you'll start to see how the good guys can stand up to the bullies and bad guys out there and survive, which is exactly what the martial arts were designed to do. Give the little guy a chance. Remember, a tiger is scary, but a smart tiger is terrifying. Be a smart tiger. Until next time, sharpen your claws and your wits, my friend, and keep fighting for a happy life.